You're watching the Sportsman Shop channel, only on YouTube.
For those of us who choose to carry a concealed firearm, we're generally left with two options: a small semi-automatic pistol or a small revolver, both of which are a viable option. Let me tell you why. Hi guys, this is Ryan with the Sportsman Shop. Today we're going to be looking at small concealable firearms, the benefits of a semi-automatic pistol, the benefits of a small frame revolver as well. Let's start by taking a look at a small revolver. This happens to be a Smith & Wesson 642, which is a 5-shot 38 special. Some viewers may think it's interesting that I brought up a revolver as a viable concealed carry option. Let me explain that to you. The first and largest reason is reliability. As long as a revolver's loaded and you squeeze the trigger, it goes bang. That is something that is extremely important in any kind of self-defense scenario. Another benefit of the reliability is if a round would not even go off, you have the option of squeezing the trigger until one does shoot. The revolvers are recommended for people who are newer at shooting, ladies as well. They're very simple. They have very few, if any, safeties that need to be gone over. As long as the cylinders are loaded, close it and it's ready to fire. This is a Smith & Wesson 642, which is a 5-shot 38 special. This one is a double action only, which means that each pull of the trigger is going to manually rotate the cylinder and allow the internal hammer to fall and strike the firing pin, which will in turn hit the primer, causing the round to shoot. As you can see, it does hold 5 shots. The barrel length is 1 7/8 inches, so almost 2 inches. If we close the cylinder, you can see what it looks like that way. To open the cylinder, we're going to use our cylinder release, which we would push in and pop the cylinder out from the other side. If you take notice of the small circle with an L above the cylinder release, that is an internal lock, which Smith & Wesson has been doing for years now. Any new Smith & Wesson revolver comes with a set of 2 keys. You would take a key, put it inside the circle, and rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise to lock or unlock the firearm. This will completely safe the firearm, making it incapable of firing. That being said, it is worth noting that if you ever need to use the firearm, make sure it's unlocked. The sights on these revolvers are generally fixed. We have our front post and a milled-in rear. The sight picture is rather small on these revolvers. The next firearm we're going to take a look at is a small semi-automatic. Today this is represented by a Glock 26 Generation 4 in 9mm. One of the biggest benefits of a semi-automatic firearm is a larger magazine capacity. For example, the Glock 26 from the factory holds 10 rounds of 9mm. That being said, there are also a few things that we need to talk about regarding the semi-automatics. The main thing being safeties. Glocks tend to eliminate that feature with stumbling on safeties. They do offer several safe action modes, the predominant one being the Glock style trigger safety, which prevents the firearm from firing without having your finger fully wrapped around the trigger. That being said, other firearms have external safeties that need to be operated manually, and if you forget that they're on, you can get yourself into a world of trouble. Since this is a concealed carry type video, let's talk a little bit about concealment of both of these firearms. Again, we'll start with the revolver. You always have your standard inside or outside the waistband holsters, which as a righty would place it on your hip, either inside or outside of your waistband. With a revolver or a small firearm, you could also carry on the ankle in a backup position, Or one of the benefits and a personal favorite about the revolver is the ability to shoot from an inside coat pocket, or if you're a lady and carrying in your purse, you can technically shoot directly through your purse if you needed to. That is something that cannot be done with a semi-automatic firearm because the slide needs to cycle rearward to get a new round in the chamber and extract the old one. With a revolver, everything is contained in your cylinder and it's a simple revolving motion. So that would be a few good benefits for the revolver and concealed carry. The largest benefit to a semi-automatic is the larger magazine capacity. That being said, with a small semi-automatic, they can also be concealed very easily. Again, standard inside or outside the waistband holsters, smaller the back, and in an ankle holster, which offers a very good position for a backup firearm. What you just saw were a few drills with the Smith & Wesson J-frame, a small 5-shot concealable revolver. The main point that I want to try and get across is that a revolver is still a very good, viable option for concealed carry or for a backup. In the video, you saw me draw from an ankle holster, which is one of the hardest holsters to draw from. But again, with practice and know-how, you can do that without an issue, effectively, safely, and accurately.